Welcome to our very first episode of Just a Bit Offside. I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
And it's our NFL show. Unfortunately, we're starting week 2 because of some crazy jackhammering and construction in the studio. So we are going to be coming up for you guys week after week for the NFL season. We're going to have our Just a Bit Offside show where we break down first down, second down, third down, and fourth down segments about that week in the NFL. Then our overtime show, which we're bringing you today for week 2, are going to give you our predictions on the next week and see week to week who has the right stuff, who's got the right picks.
Now, this week is still a little bit late because the Thursday night game was obviously already done because of the construction. Everything kind of messed everything up.
So let's recap.
So we're going to recap the Thursday night game, and then we'll go into the Sunday, Monday matchups.
Correct. Our predictions for Sunday, Monday.
I like it. Let's go.
All right, let's go. So Thursday night, it was the Kansas City Chiefs at home versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Two amazing quarterbacks, Patty Mahomes and Justin Herbert. K-Dog, the stat man, how did the game go?
This is a game.
Yep.
This was a game. And honestly, this was the Chargers game. They had this game.
A lot of people, smart people in sports, were predicting the Chargers to upset the Chiefs at home. What was the spread going into it? I think it was
3.
Chargers or Chiefs by 3.
Chiefs by 3.
Chiefs by 3.
I think. I'm a stat guy, but I didn't look that up.
Something like that.
But anyways, probably an important stat I probably should have looked up, but I skipped that one. This game, I mean, this was a close game.
Yeah.
And I mean, I picked the Chiefs.
I actually thought the Chargers might pull it off.
I didn't feel great about picking the Chiefs because the Chargers played so well in week 1 against the Raiders.
Yeah.
That game was great. Herbert was phenomenal. Actually, I have some of those stats, actually, if you just quickly touch on that. Herbert, 26 for 34, 279 yards, 3 TDs, no sacks, no interceptions.
That's a solid game.
Against the Raiders. So that was impressive. And Khalil Mack was a beast.
Yeah, we should say
5 sacks.
We should note that the Chargers in the offseason made some insane improvements at defense. Not to mention the fact that they already have Joey Bosa, who is an insane defensive player, and they added Khalil Mack.
Right. Yeah. Like, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'll take that. All right.
And then on offense, Justin Herbert is an amazing quarterback. I think underrated at the draft. And came out swinging in his rookie year. And the Chargers are a great team. And then you have Keenan Allen and also Mike Williams, Eckler at running back.
Running back,
Yeah, just a solid team.
So that, I'm glad you mentioned that because that was what popped up pre-game. Obviously, Keenan Allen was out.
For this game just played.
Which was a big deal. So, but, Mike Williams kind of stepped up.
He did. He had a great game.
Just a little bit. By just a little bit, I mean... 8 receptions for 113 yards, including 1 catch, if you remember, was that one-handed catch.
Yep.
That was f***ing unreal.
He brought it in.
Like, that was unreal. I was
really
just
cool.
Like, I cannot even believe. I cannot believe he caught that. So, anyways.
The Chargers came out of the gate swinging.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So, really, the game kind of started to get extremely interesting in the second half.
Yeah.
Right? The first half... Chargers came out and they were going at it, right? It was 10-0 pretty quick. But the one thing about the Chiefs that we could always say, especially like, let's just face it, Mahomes, I don't know how you cannot say he's the best quarterback in the league right now.
He's amazing.
The quarterback rating, I think I heard, somebody was talking about it, and they had Mahomes 8 on the quarterback rating, which I don't know who did that rating.
Week 1,
and whoever did that rating
5 touchdowns
has got to be fired.
Yeah,
they must be working at the Sizzler now because there's no way you put him at number 8. But the funniest thing about it is I find when Mahomes just says like, okay, I had enough of this, guys. I'm going to score now. They score. Like it takes them 2 minutes to score.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened in the second quarter, actually. It was like, boom, Mahomes was like, I'm going to score. And it was like literally 2 minutes, 10 seconds. He does the side arm to Kelsey. I think it was to Kelsey. I had that written down here.
The sidearm for the touchdown was not Kelsey. I think it was McKinnon.
It might have been McKinnon.
We were both watching the game, but I could swear he went that short sidearm. But to get downfield, he bombed one to Kelsey.
He did, yeah.
And Kelsey is so big and so strong. 6'5", 250 pounds.
Yeah.
It's hard to guard that. It's like the old Gronkowski plays. Like, how do you guard somebody that big, fast, and strong at tight end?
Yeah.
So Mahomes can do it at any time and just decided, okay, we're down now. We're at home. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like the Chargers scored their touchdown 3 seconds into the second quarter. That's what got them to 10-0.
Yeah.
Right. So then basically Chiefs got the ball 14 minutes or 55 seconds, right? Yeah. Basically, by the time that sidearm TD, it was 11 minutes and 38 seconds.
Yeah, it's just
like we're talking boom, 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 touchdown. What else you guys want to do? Give me some Gatorade. I'm good to go. So anyway, second half kicks in. Again, it was just crazy. I mean, yeah, that KC, it was to Watson. Watson got that touchdown that brought the Chiefs in within 17-14. And then the one play that got overshadowed was Mahomes scrambling. Scrambles out at the 125 mark in the third, scrambles, throws the bomb. Kelsey catches it.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about that because everyone talks about Kelsey getting a body slammed.
Okay.
And this is something that you were just like, did you just see that?
Yeah. I texted mid-game because I couldn't believe somebody picked up.
Yeah.
And who was the player again? Derwin James?
Derwin James Jr.
Derwin James picked up Travis Kelce, and he Brock Lesnar'd him.
It was insane.
Just a body slam, a giant man like that. Not only is that saying a statement as like the game, and again, we're talking about how amazing the Chargers D is this year. To body slam Travis Kelce it reminded me of Hulk Hogan on body slamming Andre the Giant, which you didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
And WrestleMania. Yeah. Back in the 80s. Like, that was insane.
Yeah. And Kelsey's 6'5", 250 pounds.
Yeah.
The funny thing is the ball was loose, right?
Yeah.
So the Chargers are jumping on it, and they're like, no, the ball's dead. When you get body slammed.
The ball was dead.
The ball's dead. The ball's dead. Like, come on. And it totally overshadowed that amazing play by Mahomes. But another thing that's really amazing about that play, and this goes back again to the Chargers defense, that put them on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
At 1st and 1. They got a first down on the 1 yard line, and the Chargers held them to a field goal.
Which is impressive.
So that's impressive. So you gotta give your hat off to the Chargers. They played their asses off, their D. And then the other problem that happened, and if everyone's talking about it right now to see what's going to be going on coming up, Herbert got rocked.
He actually has broken rib cartilage. That was announced today.
It was 5 minutes into the left in the fourth, and he got rocked. And you could see after that.
He was hurting.
He was hurting, but he didn't stop.
Nope.
He didn't stop.
He actually only sat out one play, came back in, and finished the game. Now, the Chargers ended up losing.
Yeah.
The Chiefs at home, Patty Mahomes just too strong. What was the final score?
Final was 27-24.
Right? It came down to a field goal. It was actually that
onside kick. That onside kick.
That almost worked.
That was super close.
Almost worked. Yeah. That onside kick for the Chargers, that was very close. But to the Kansas City Chiefs pick six.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
That was sort of the TSN turning point, if you will.
That was actually definitely
pretty much sealed up the game. The Chargers did make it downfield quickly. Yeah. They were able to score, but they were unsuccessful with the onside kick, thus ending the game. They just took a knee, and the Chiefs are now 2-0.
Yeah. The pick six was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
because they were first and goal. And Watson just he could see it, right?
Yeah.
He knew it, and he just snuck around, and it was heartbreaking because that was first and goal, man. That was an insane play by Watson, and Herbert tried to get him, but just couldn't get there. And that was the turning point in the game. But again, to the Chargers, they didn't give up.
Nope.
They fought back. They still got another touchdown after that, and that touchdown was an amazing touchdown with like no time left on the clock. They were like first and down. I think Palmer got it. I think. Was it Palmer?
It was Palmer. Really impressive.
Yeah. So, anyways, and they went for it, by the way, again.
Yeah.
They were 4th and 1 and they went for it, So, I mean, come on. You got to give your hats off to the Chargers.
Going to be a solid team this year. Mm-hmm. No doubt the Chargers are going to be a playoff team. It's just really tough to beat Kansas City at any time, let alone at home.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. And going forward, I mean, the Chiefs' schedule is not great.
Okay,
right?
who's the guy coming up?
Well, I mean, week four we got Tampa at Tampa. Week 6 we got Bills at home, and then week 11 we're going to rematch at the Chargers.
All tough games.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, this game was impressive. Clyde Edwards-Helaire did great. You know, I mean,
Running
8 carries, 74
Chiefs.
yards. Justin Watson literally only had two targets, 2 receptions, and 50 yards.
Still effective.
That's a pretty good rating.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So the only thing, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, Herbert, 33 for 48, 334 yards, 3 TDs, but the 1 interception was a pick 6.
Yeah.
That's what knocks the whole thing. Mahomes, 235, 2 TDs, 0 interceptions. Herbert had a better game. It was the pick 6.
It was the pick 6.
It was the pick 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happens. When you throw a pick 6,
It's going to hurt.
it's going to bite you in the ass.
One other thing, last thing about the Thursday night game, and then we'll move on to our predictions for week 2 for Sunday, Monday, and that was the announcing team.
Yeah.
This is the first time that they've had Thursday night football on Amazon Prime. We get to watch it here in Canada on TSN feed, but if you have Amazon Prime, that's where they were showing Thursday night football. Al Michaels, who was NBC Sunday Night Football.
He's a god.
Forever. He's been in the business. He's been commentating on sports and football for about 80 years. I think he's 111. Anyway, Al Michaels, his hair's 63.
Yeah.
Al Michaels is a legend, but they usually pair him with Chris Collinsworth, but who did not move over with the Amazon Prime Thursday night deal. So they had some dude who I've never heard of named Kirk Herbstreit?
Kirk Herbstreit.
Was it Kirk?
Kirk. I wrote it down because you could not stop texting me about it.
Kirk Herbstreit. Now, this guy who I've never heard of, not a very strong commentator, but on top of that, somebody didn't tell him, hey, you shouldn't go golfing in the blazing hot sun the day before you're going to be on television, because he had the massive sunglass tan.
Yeah.
So he's got raccoon eyes.
Yeah.
With the stems of his sunglasses all white.
Yeah.
Here with a burnt face. And it's like, do you know you're going to be on TV, man? Where are the makeup people for Amazon Prime? Jeff Bezos is in the stands with Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
The least he could have done was spring for a makeup person for Herbstreit so it doesn't look like fried green tomatoes.
Hey, Michaels, what time we doing the pregame? Pregame's at 4. All right, I'm going to get a quick 18 in.
Yeah.
Gonna pound some Long Island iced teas. I'll see you there.
I'm just gonna get hammered in the sun.
Yeah.
And I probably wear those like Chad sunglasses.
I don't know
like
what he was
big
doing.
Mirrored sunglasses.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looked awful. He's not a great commentator.
He's not gonna be back.
I don't know how much he's taking a lot of criticism online as well. Al Michaels, legend. Kirk Herbstreit, learn to not do that to your face before you're on television.
Yeah, he just wasn't. It wasn't great.
He's also just not a good commentator.
Yeah, it just wasn't great. It wasn't. No.
Yeah.
No.
You know who's the best commentator?
Who?
Tony Romo.
Romo nails it.
Romo is an amazing commentator.
But Aikman's really good too, though.
Yeah, Aikman's
pretty solid.
And Aikman and Joe Buck got the Monday night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
That'll be really cool.
So,
all right, so on to our predictions for week 2. We have all the Sunday games and 2 on Monday. So, K-Dog, break it down.
Did you make this coffee?
I did.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Nope.
Oh,
All right.
fair.
Just wanted to point out that
I'm enjoying it.
it's actually quite awful, to be honest with you.
All right. Sorry about that.
We're gonna have to get a Keurig.
No,
All right, just so
I'm
we know.
enjoying it.
All right, let's get into this. All right.
Okay.
Let's kick it off with the 1 p.m. games.
Okay.
Not overly exciting.
Okay.
Let's just get it out of the way now.
Let's go.
Let's just go.
What
with
is it?
Let's go with it. Okay, we got the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Going at the Ravens in Baltimore.
You know what?
I got the injury report here too.
Okay.
And there's obviously there's injuries. I don't have all the injuries, but there's nothing that amazingly stands out. Significant, yeah.
Okay.
But
the Miami Dolphins played really well against the Patriots and the Ravens in week 1.
Yeah, they spanked the Patriots.
And the Ravens played really well in week 1.
Ravens are favored by 3.5.
I will take the Ravens. I just don't. When it comes down to Tua versus Lamar Jackson, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens. It's gonna piss off Michael Palmerino, but I can't take the Dolphins. Where's the game? Sorry,
it's in Baltimore.
Yeah, I take the Ravens.
Yeah, I gotta take the Ravens too.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Like last week, I couldn't believe that the Jets were favored over the Ravens. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, that's weird.
I was like, is Joe Namath playing? Like, what are we talking about here? How is this a real thing? Like, who messed that up?
Yeah.
You know? And then they smoked the Jets. So
Yeah, they did.
all right.
Yeah.
Now, game 2.
Yeah.
We got the Jets at the Browns.
Yeah. Now
6.5.
the Browns are favored.
6.5.
I think the Browns played really well. Jacoby Brissett is a good backup until Deshaun Watson can play. They have Nick Chubb. They got Kareem Hunt. The Browns played really well. It was, I don't know. I think I got to give it to the Browns because, one, I think the Jets are horrible.
I can't take the Jets and sleep at night. I mean, last week when the Jets were favored over the Ravens, I didn't know what was going on. I messaged you. I'm like, is Joe Namath playing? What are we doing here?
Are we in a time machine?
Like, who messed this up?
Yeah, the Ravens, and of course the Ravens spanked them.
Smoked them. So you got to go with the Browns. I mean,
I'm going to pick the Browns at home over the Jets.
Also, don't forget, Zach Wilson, out.
Yeah, so Joe Flacco is starting at quarterback, which he hasn't done anything good since taking the Ravens to a Super Bowl.
That was a great Super Bowl. 1986.
I don't think it was that far ago. But,
Well, it seems like it.
actually, that was a really good Super Bowl.
It was a good Super Bowl,
versus San Francisco.
And then he got a massive contract.
And then he did nothing.
And then he did nothing.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got my money.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And he's pissed that he has to start this weekend. He wants to just sit on the sideline.
Yeah, he's like, I got to do up my cleats. He usually wears flip-flops on the sidelines. He's like, oh, all right, whatever.
All right.
All right, game 3.
Game 3.
We got 7 1-o'clockers. So game 3 is another burner.
Okay.
Washington at the Lions.
Now, you're being sarcastic when you say barn burner, because
Yeah.
those are two horrible teams.
Yeah.
I wish nothing but the worst against Washington because they're in the division with my Eagles. The Lions have improved. Jared Goff's now in his second year with the Lions at quarterback. Swift is a great running back. The Detroit Lions did well against my Eagles in week 1.
Yeah, that was close, man.
That was a close game.
38-35.
It was a really close game. So I'm going to give Detroit this one. What are their favorite? 1.5 point?
1.5 favorite, yeah.
1.5 at home. I will take Detroit to upset. It also helps me as an Eagles fan if Washington loses. So I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions to pick up their first win in the season in week 2.
Yeah, like the Lions are in my division, obviously with the Packers, so I'm not a huge Lions fan. There's a lot of people that are they're pretty bullish on the Lions. They think they're going to have a good year, not a great year, but a better year.
A better year.
I think a lot of people are still questioning coaching, but that's neither here nor there. Again, we're basically both on the same page here. I got to take the Lions
You're going to take the Lions.
I mean, I don't want to. I should be going against
we might
them.
split on that one.
No, I should be just because they're in my division, but I also don't have a lot of faith. And then, I mean, Carson Wentz.
He played well
in
week 1.
Yeah.
For the new Washington Commanders.
All right, you know what? I gotta be true to my division. I'll take Washington.
All right, so we're splitting on that one.
I'll take Washington, the son of a bitch.
Game 4.
All right, so we tied on that. Boom. Game 4. Another one. Although, this could be all right. Colts and Jags.
Now, we need to mention this division.
In Jacksonville.
Right?
Oh, this is a great division.
This is the AFC South.
Right.
So this is I don't know if this has ever happened before, but in week 1, all 4 teams in the AFC South had no wins.
No.
And 2 of the teams faced each other.
Yeah.
So riddle me that one.
Yeah.
It was because the Colts and the Texans tied.
Yeah.
And the Jags and the Titans both lost.
Correct.
So this division doesn't even have a winner yet. Like it's insane to have a division with 0 wins.
Right.
So 2 teams are going to face each other this week, and it's Colts and Jags.
Colts and Jags.
Lawrence is good. I think Lawrence in his second year is going to have a better year than his rookie year last year. But I got to give the Colts. You got Matt Ryan, Matty Ice. The Colts are a better team. It's in Jacksonville, but I'm going to take the Colts to have a comeback after the shit burger they laid in week 1, tying the horrible Houston Texans.
Yeah.
I got to take the Colts.
I got to take the Colts, too. I mean, I just do. I don't have a lot of faith in the Jags. They don't really have a lot going on right now. So, so let's go that way. All right. This game is the interesting game. Probably,
Next game.
There's two games that are fairly interesting in the 1 o'clock time slot.
Okay.
But Tampa in New Orleans.
And who is favored?
Tampa is 2.5. However, there's a lot of questionable players.
There's a lot of injuries. I actually, for fantasy purposes, I'm really hoping Mike Evans plays because Chris Godwin is out.
Chris Godwin is officially out with a hamstring. Questionable right now on Tampa. Julio Jones with his knee, Mike Evans with his calf, Fournette with his hamstring, and Tristan Wirth with his abdominal.
I believe most of those guys will probably play. Questionable is not out. Like if they said doubtful, I would say out.
Even this morning, they had on the Saints roster, they had Traquan Smith, questionable with shoulder, Winston with his back, Kamara with his ribs, and Ingram with his ankle. I mean,
I think they're all going
to play. They're banged up, right? So both teams are banged up. Also, last year Tampa went 0-2 against the Saints. This is divisional.
They did, and it's a divisional game.
This is a division. A lot of people are picking the Saints to win the division. Never mind just this game.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
You're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm going to take the Saints. I think the Saints it's just one of those things where you have this insanely good team, but they play really bad against one specific team. It's just their bugaboo.
Yeah.
And the Saints are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bugaboo.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Saints at home.
Okay. Even when Brady's comeback in the first year, the Saints spanked them.
Saints won. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm going Brady. I can't bet against that guy.
I figured you might.
I'm taking Brady. All right, another game.
There.
All right, here's another game no one's going to care about.
Okay.
Panthers at the Giants. Giants are favored by 1.5.
And Panthers, we have Baker.
Panthers, I think
The Giants suck though.
Yeah.
Give me, and also I'm reading against them because of the Eagles. I'm going to take the Panthers on the road.
I'm taking the Panthers too. I want to see Baker get a win.
Yeah, I want to see Baker.
Baker get a win.
Yeah, I agree. He got a raw deal.
Yeah, he got screwed in that deal.
Okay.
All right, and this game is interesting. Patriots at Steelers. Patriots are favored 2.5.
I'm shocked by that only because of how well the Steelers played in week 1 and taking it to the Super Bowl contending Bengals.
Yeah.
And losing, Steelers winning, Bengals losing on field goals. There was the
in overtime
completely missed overtime one that was so close by a clutch. McPherson is a clutch kicker, missing that, and then the Steelers hitting the doinker, off the upright, and then finally clinching it in overtime. And the Steelers D dominated. Now JT Watt is out with a partially torn pectoral. And Steelers D is down for having him in the lineup, but I still like the Steelers defense. And you know what? Trubisky held his own. They have an amazing second-year running back and a good receiving core. And also on the other end, the Patriots played like garbage against the Dolphins in week 1. And Mac Jones, their starting quarterback, has a hurt back, although he's expected to play. Give me the Steelers. At home.
I'm interested in this game.
Steelers at home, correct?
Steelers at home, yeah. Trubisky is interesting because everyone wants them to go to Kenny Pickett, their draft pick, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Here's the thing. We're talking redemption games here.
Let's go.
We are talking big-ass redemption games. So we're starting with Falcons at the Rams. We know the Rams got smoked by the Bills in week 1.
Yeah, the defending Super Bowl champions, by the way.
Yeah, like literally Von Miller took it to them.
Yeah.
They're 9.5 favorites. 9.5 points.
Just 9.5?
Just 9.5.
That's because the Falcons lost Matt Ryan to the Colts.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the name of the quarterback. Who's the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons?
I have no idea.
Couldn't even tell you.
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Give me the Rams, and I would even take those points. I would take 9.5.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are going to win by double digits.
Yeah, Rams are looking good. Leonard Floyd is questionable, but other than that, I mean, they're looking pretty good. I mean, I don't see the Rams, and they're at home. It's the Rams.
It's a redemption game, and the Falcons suck. The Rams all the way.
Seattle at the 49ers. Again, redemption for sure. 49ers lost to the Bears.
In week 1.
In the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears
in the rain.
Horrible.
1910, that was not good. Trey Lance is on the hot seat.
He is, because Jimmy G is waiting.
Jimmy G is warming up. Geno Smith looked pretty good against the Broncos.
Played a great game.
They're not giving Seattle any respect. 8.5 for the 49ers.
Wow.
Favored. Yeah.
Wow.
So no respect to Geno.
It's tough because 49ers you feel will come back and they'll learn from their mistakes against the Bears and have a decent game. They're at home. It's a solid team. But running back Eli Mitchell is not going to play, I believe, for the 49ers.
And Kittle's probably not going to play.
Kittle's probably not going to play.
No.
So those two factored in with Trey Lance struggling. And give me Geno Smith and the Seahawks on the road.
Oh, that is.
I'm going to take it.
You're taking.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Think Metcalf's going to have a big game?
He needs a bigger game. Like he had a very humble game against the Broncos in week 1. But I just think Seattle. Geno didn't make any mistakes last week. They took it. They beat Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Give me Seattle going 2-0.
All right.
It's a divisional game too.
All right. I'm taking 49ers.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the 49ers.
But will they cover that 9.5 point spread?
That I don't know.
Or 8.5.
That I don't know. But I'm taking the 49ers. They got a solid D.
Yeah.
And I think Shanahan's pissed that they lost last week, so he's going to be drumming up some sweet plays.
Okay.
And Trey Lance is on the hot seat. I want to see how he does, right?
You better do it, or Jimmy G's coming in.
Jimmy G's coming in. Bengals at Cowboys. Again, Bengals lost to the Steelers 23-20. We all talked about that game. With field goals going anywhere but through the uprights. Bengals are favored 7.5 in Dallas, mostly because Prescott broke his hand and Michael Gallup is officially out.
Yeah, I think the Gallup thing, I mean, with CD Lamb,
it's not the end of the world.
He's not the greatest receiver.
Yeah.
Gallup is okay, but to me, it's always about Ezekiel Elliott, CD Lamb, and also Dax Prescott.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah, we got Cooper Rush is playing.
Cooper Rush. So after week 1, the whole rumor mill was, what is Dallas going to do? Because Dak Prescott went out with a he had to have surgery on his thumb. And he was out initially 6 to 8 weeks. Now it's saying 4 to 6 weeks. So they go and find a trade. Do they pick up a free agent like Cam Newton? Do they get a Fitz Magic out of retirement?
Oh, I saw him commentating. I like it. He was commentating last week. Yeah. I like it.
So, there's a lot of different options. And it looks like Dallas is going to just stick it out. It's a shorter recovery time for Dak to get back, so they're going to go with Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush is unproven, not a great backup. That's why all the rumors started spreading about what's Dallas going to do, because that's going to take offense to Cooper Rush going, wait a minute, I'm the backup. Like, why are you talking about trades,
Yeah.
So that, to me, shows that the football community in general doesn't have a lot of faith in Cooper Rush.
I heard he does like to get sacked a lot. It's one of his favorite things.
He loves it. He loves a sack lunch.
He likes that, you know, and sci-fi movies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can go with Dallas on this one.
No.
They're not going to trade for a quarterback, though. They're going to ride it out to the bye week. They have a pretty decent schedule until their bye week. They got the Bengals, the Giants, Washington, the Rams, Eagles, Lions, Bears. I mean, and then the bye, and then they come play my Packers, and we're going to kick their ass anyways.
Hopefully, they hope to go at least 500 with Cooper. Until Dak can come back, and then other than my Eagles, the division sucks. So. It'll be it's possible to still make a playoff run for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I can't see anybody, they're never going to stop talking about Jimmy G being pulled out of the 49ers. Yeah. But it's just not going to happen. The 49ers schedule sucks.
Yeah, they're going to need Jimmy G.
I actually have that on here.
Get stat, man.
Coming up, they play the Rams twice, Tampa twice, Arizona twice, Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders.
Their division
is so bad, and if Trey Lance does not step it up,
and Rams in their division,
if Trey Lance has to step it up because they have probably the hardest schedule in football, I think.
Yeah.
Now, I have nothing to back that up.
They do have one of the toughest.
It's a tough schedule. So I think we're both taking the Bengals.
We're taking the Bengals on the road because one, Cooper Rush is not going to win you a game.
Yeah.
And two, I root against the Cowboys every chance I can get because I am an Eagles fan.
Texans at Broncos. We all saw what happened, with the Broncos.
Russell Wilson
Wasting 3 timeouts, wasting the clock, and then trying to kick a 64-yarder to win the game with a quarterback who was 1 for 100. Field goes over 60. I think it was 1 for 6, but whatever. Regardless.
The kicker.
Yeah, the kicker. Regardless, wasn't a great game for the Broncos.
How do you spend all that money on Russell? Sorry, Broncos, but have poor time clock management in the fourth quarter, and you decide instead of on a 4th and 5 to get your hundreds of millions of dollars that you've spent to get Russell Wilson, to get you a 4 and 5 to get closer to get that game-winning field goal. Instead, you try to kick a 64-yarder.
Yeah,
dumb, straight up dumb.
It was 5 yards.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But they also burnt like 20 was it 20 or 30 seconds off the clock?
Even Peyton Manning is commentating. Yeah. He's like, take a timeout.
Yeah, they're all standing around talking about where they want to go for dinner. Like, seriously, I got an idea. Let's try to draw up a play here for Russell Wilson, our Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame quarterback over here. No, we're good.
64-yarder.
The kicker had a leg. He had a leg. But
64?
Well, he could make the distance. He could do it. Do
the 4 and 5. Take a timeout.
It doesn't matter.
4 and 5.
Anyways, no one's taking the Texans.
You know what?
No one in Houston's taking the Texans.
As badly as I disagree with the coaching and the calling and losing, the Broncos losing to Seattle in week 1, you have to take the Broncos at home. Russell Wilson getting his first W under that banner.
Yeah.
And because the Texans are horrible.
Yeah, the Broncos are favored by 9.5.
Yeah.
9.5 points. Now, again, these lines can change anytime. Again, I feel this will probably get a little closer to about 13 or 14. Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos too. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And the last game is
4 o'clock.
Cardinals-Raiders, I think, is going to be a really interesting game, in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Raiders. They have a decent team. They did a trade to get Devontae Adams, just an insane wide receiver who had a great week 1. The problem here is the Cardinals are also on a redemption game. They really played very poorly in week 1. They're an amazing playoff team. The quarterback's amazing. The Cardinals are good. So I'm going to pick the Cardinals.
All right, nice. I'm taking the Raiders.
Taking the Raiders.
Yeah, I thought even though the Chargers, kind of, beat them down pretty good in game 1. Devontae Adams did play well.
Okay.
In his first game.
He did.
10 receptions, 141 yards, and 1 TD. That's pretty solid.
Pretty good.
It's pretty solid in his first game.
I'm going to take the Cardinals on the road.
And J.J. Watt is questionable.
He's always injured. I'm not even taking that into a factor.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kyle Murray. I think Kyle Murray's a better quarterback.
I think J.J. Watt than Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Ooh, daddy.
Yeah, you look at the stats.
Okay.
He's a way better quarterback.
I think J.J. Watt's been almost hurt since the second he got to Arizona.
All the time. He's always injured.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, you could tell him that to his face.
I will tell him to his face.
Yeah, and he'll just Donkey Kong you into the seriously. You're gonna come back to the hotel room maybe 5'7". Didn't you? When you left, you were 6'2". Now you're 5'7". What did you do? I told JJ Watt to retire. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah. All right. Bears at Packers.
Divisional game.
My Packers.
Bears snuck out a huge win in week 1. The Packers, unfortunately, how are they doing in the division?
Doing pretty good. Feel pretty good about her. Feeling pretty good.
I think they're dead last.
Couldn't get any lower.
Yeah. Even the Detroit Lions scored enough points, even though they lost, that the Green Bay Packers are in last place in the NFC North.
Yep.
Who do you take? Packers and the 1-0 Bears.
Well, the Packers are favored by 9.5.
That's a lot, actually.
It's a lot.
I think that's a lot.
We always remember back to 2018, week 15, where we lost to the Bears.
That was the one time.
2018. 24-17. We remember. We remember that game. Now, since then, we've gone 6-0. Yeah, of course I'm taking the Packers. Of course I'm taking the Packers.
You know what? As much as I wanted like crush your dreams, I'm taking the Packers.
I know you're taking the Packers.
I think the Bears got real lucky with San Francisco in that rain game.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Packers. I think 9.5 is a little high.
Yeah.
I would get, if that's the same, I would take the Bears to cover the spread, but the Packers to win if we're talking gambling. But Packers are for sure going to win. I think it'll be a little closer than that, though.
All right.
So the Monday Nighter, Bills-Titans. The Bills destroyed the Super Bowl defending champion Los Angeles Rams in week 1. It wasn't even close. The Bills are favored to win the AFC. They're favored to win their division, obviously. The Bills are great. The Bills were great. Josh Allen's amazing. The whole Stephon Diggs, but the defense, and defense wins championships. They added to their insane, already good defense. They added Von Miller. Tell me the Bills are not favored to win this game against the Titans, who struggled in week 1. They still have Derrick Henry. They still have a great coaching staff. I like Ryan Tannehill, but I got to take the Bills.
I still think the Bills and Kansas City it's going to be a dog race to see who wins the AFC overall. I still think that's the two
That'll
teams
be
to
the
beat.
two favorite teams.
And I shouldn't be counting the Bengals out. We really shouldn't, because they were Super Bowl.
I was shocked how well the Bengals did in the playoffs last year. They went all the way to the Super Bowl. But domination-wise, the Bengals didn't dominate week 1. Kansas City did. The Bills did.
And the Bills did, yeah.
So right now, for this game, give me the Bills.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
At home.
I'm with you on that. We'll do that. This game's going to be, I think it's going to be a blowout. They're favored by 9.5. I think that's probably going to hold, and or maybe more.
And
I think
but
so.
It's a fair spread. But yeah, both of us picking the Bills at home.
Yeah.
The last game of week 2 is my Philadelphia Eagles against the Minnesota Vikings at home. The Eagles are at home with a 1.5 favorite. I'm torn because of how well the Vikings played in week 1. When the running back is healthy, Cook is healthy. I really have always been a fan of the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, always sufficient. He's never like a superstar, but the guy is pretty consistent. And the wide receiver, Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson
is a beast.
Yeah. I love how people are after week 1 are like talking about him in the MVP. I mean, he's a great wide receiver, but they're like throwing his name around for like MVP and stuff. I'm like,
slow your roll.
The Packers didn't cover him for some reason in game 1. They just said, we're just not going to cover Justin Jefferson at all. So I don't think that really counts. This game, I think, is going to be the game of the whole week.
I think this game
is going to be crazy. I mean, the spread is like we're basically even in here.
They both won week 1. They're both leading their division in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really tight. I think my Eagles made a lot of improvements on defense. They also added Brown at wide receiver, who had an insane week 1. He had 155 and a touchdown. I'm excited about my Eagles. This is in Philadelphia. I'm actually super torn because I feel like this game, taking myself out of it as a fan, it's a coin flip.
Okay. All right.
So I'm really, that's why it's a 1.5 spread. It's a coin flip. So I will take my Eagles at home and pray to everything holy they could pull off this win. Because I know you're going to take the Vikings.
Well, no, I'm not going to take the Vikings. They're in my division.
So you're gonna take my Eagles?
It kills me, but I have to.
Oh,
it kills me. It kills me to even say that I think the Eagles look pretty good this year.
They do.
Jalen
Hurts.
I think it's your division to win. I think you guys have the division, and I want Minnesota to lose because, well,
the Packers.
They beat me last week, so screw them. But regardless of that, I still think the Eagles are a better team.
Okay,
but it will be. I think it will be close.
So we do have some differences in our picks. We'll go over that in our first major show for week 2 as we recap the games. We'll see who did it correctly. We'll break down a couple of hot take topics during that show as well. And then we'll have our overtime show for week 2 where we predict week 3. That's what's coming up next time on Just a Bit Offside.
Love it.
Until next time, I'm Fish.
K-Dog.
We'll see you again soon.